The following program contains inconvenient truth and controversial topics that may be offensive to some audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
During the investigation into the birth certificate, we explored a plethora of different ways that this thing could have been put together, and we believe that it is a combination of copy, scan. In other words, you're running off a sheet of paper, doing some things to it, and then you're running it back through a scanner again, making a hard copy, then scanning it back in again, making some changes digitally, then taking it in and out like that. And you've got links and layers, and you've got about 7 or 8 layers. My memory doesn't serve me well on that anymore. But you've got layers in this document. Well, during the investigation, using some very sophisticated analysis equipment, there is a peculiar smudge, and I'm not going to tell you where it is on the document, that we observed. And through this analysis, it is looking like, and I'm not going to say it's 110%, but we believe that on one of the layers inside the document, that smudge appears only on a specific layer. And that smudge, when it's digitally enhanced, literally looks like a partial latent fingerprint on that particular layer. Now, you could argue, well, how could it be on a piece of paper? How could you see it? Well, if there was a partial latent on the scanner bed at that time where they laid the document to do one of those copy scan procedures that I'm telling you about, it would have been picked up. So there's something inside the layering that also points to the document being constructed and not merely a scanner and a scan made to upload to the internet. So there are people out there that are worried.
Yeah.
There's people that know that we know.
Yeah.
And I think this is what you're starting to see happen, is they know it's going to go back to the foundational lie of the presidency of the United States.
Yes, and people are going to start flipping because people are not going to want to go to prison for the rest of their lives over this if they can make a deal, and they will. And Mike, just a few days ago, at dailycaller.com, here's a headline. Sources say FBI agents want Congress to issue them subpoenas so they can reveal the Bureau's dirt. Underneath it, it says sources tell the Daily Caller several FBI agents, want congressional subpoenas to testify about the agency's problems. The sources claim there is demand within the FBI to prosecute former Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe. They say the Bureau has become totally politicized. So here you go. There's an example of the flipping that's already beginning to happen. People are out to cover themselves, to protect themselves, their families, their assets, their resources, their lives. And now, under a whole new administration, a whole new way of thinking, people are starting to flip. And I think that's why you got your phone call in a day and a half after Trump demands that the DOJ starts investigating even Obama and the FBI.
I'm in 100% agreement with you. And Carl, look, the FBI is getting broad brushed. Look, there are some great patriots in the FBI, great cops in the FBI, people that love this country, want to protect this country. But you know as well as I do from having a job in law enforcement, you got to be a good soldier. Because if you start making waves, it's not just the heat you're going to take. It's what happens to you, the way they force you out, the way they come after you, the way they look for excuses to take you out or take you down. So what these people are asking for is they want to come forward, give us a subpoena so we have the legal protections, the federal protections that we're entitled to.
Right.
And I hope to God they grant that, because when these people start telling the truth, it's going to be the truth.
Yes. And just remember, Dennis Montgomery went to who? The FBI. So there are agents within the FBI that know all about this birth certificate, and they know the truth. Well, Mike, thank you for giving us an hour of your time. We got to have you back. We've got so much more to talk about, man. These are exciting times.
All right, Carl, I'll keep you posted, let you know if we get any more emails.
Okay, yeah, good deal. We'll stay in contact.
American Survival Wholesale is proud to sponsor this ministry and their efforts to shed light on the issues that face our nation. As a veteran and Christian-owned and operated company, we support the freedom to express these Christian principles. We all understand the importance of being prepared. After witnessing the devastation of Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and the wildfires that affected so many, please support this ministry by clicking on the link below and check out the amazing alt media package for our listeners. Plus, if you use the promo code PNN Radio, that's PNN Radio, you will receive free shipping, a savings of up to $200. Just click on the link below, but please do it today. Your support means so much to this channel.
The Satanists wanted to install their own tribute, a pagan idol, on the Capitol grounds right next to the Ten Commandments.
Billions around the planet are witnessing a world in the grasp of sadistic spiritual darkness. This unholy alliance has infected our governments, our religious institutions, and our societies. The world appears to be unraveling. But can the evil behind these dark supernatural forces be defeated? Is everything playing out just as the Bible predicted it will in the final days? At last, you can know the answers to mankind's most urgent questions and learn your destiny among today's events in the new, unprecedented work taking the prophecy world by storm. Gods and Thrones, Nakash, Forgotten Prophecy and the Return of the Elohim by best-selling author, former decorated law enforcement officer, and senior pastor Carl Gallups. This changes everything. Available now wherever fine books are sold.